Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
The polls are open and votes are being cast. We're tracking campaign 2014 and some high-profile races in Kentucky.
New details in a deadly overnight crash in central Kentucky.
And soon you may see an increase in your utility bill. We'll tell you why. WKYT News at 4:30 starts now.
Good afternoon to you. Amber Philpott and Sam Dick reporting. We are tracking voters at the polls across the Commonwealth in our 2014 campaign coverage.
And for some voters, it's been a day of waiting in lines after mechanical issues with voting machines here in Lexington. But as WKYT's Victor Puente reports, it's not keeping people from voting. He begins our Election Day team coverage with our top story at 4:30.
The line here has grown and shrunk throughout the day, with voters seeming to come in waves. The county clerk said the issues they had here this morning were the only real problems they've seen all day. By now, the lines at Green Acres Park have shortened. But this morning, they were lined to the door, waiting for a problem with the voting machines to be fixed.
There were several questions about, I put my vote in, but it didn't register and stuff like that. And so as the minutes went by, everybody kind of started getting upset.
David Jackson says he saw some people walk away after waiting for more than 20 minutes. Fayette County Clerk Donald Blevins says the issues with the machines were gone once they were rebooted. He says with 291 precincts at 154 locations, he expected a few hiccups. At Hillendale Church, one of the machines serving the Barclay precinct was also inoperable, leading to a bit of a line there. But the people who came out today to Green Acres said it was worth it, including a 91-year-old who was with her twin brother.
That's what we all should be out today, because remembering the past and looking forward to the future. So come and vote.
Even though a lot of times we feel that it doesn't do a whole lot of good, the only voice that we do have is through the vote.
The state has set up a fraud hotline where you can report any irregularities you may see. The number for that is 1-800-328-VOTE. That line will be open for an hour after polls close. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
If you have not voted yet, there's still plenty of time. Kentucky polls are open through 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, one of the nation's most closely watched battles is for the U.S. Senate seat right here from Kentucky.
Incumbent Senator Mitch McConnell and Democratic challenger Allison Lundergan Grimes cast their votes this morning. Grimes voted around 7:30 at a precinct on West Maxwell here in Lexington. McConnell voted in Louisville about 11. In the latest Bluegrass poll released just last week, McConnell was ahead by 5 points in this race. You'll hear from both Senate candidates coming up on WKYT News at 5.
The candidates for Lexington mayor showing up at the polls to vote this morning as well.
Incumbent Mayor Jim Gray is looking to serve the city for a second term. He is up against former Chief of Police Anthony Beatty. WKYT's Miranda Combs caught up with Gray and says he's confident. She joins us now live from Bell's in downtown Lexington. Hi, Miranda.
Hi, Amber. Yes, Mayor Gray hoping to be giving his victory speech here tonight. Crowds are expected to be arriving in the next hour and a half once the polls close. Now, if Gray wins tonight, he would be the first mayor in more than 10 years to win a second term here in Lexington. He said throughout the campaign, we are getting things done, but there's still more to be done. He touts creating jobs, making government here in Lexington more efficient, and working to make Lexington an all-American city. Gray cast his ballot around 10 this morning at Harrison Elementary. We caught up with him there, where he said he has a healthy level of confidence for today.
We're at that point today where we're going to find out how the people feel about this election and how they feel about the candidates. So I've got a healthy level of confidence and enthusiasm.
And we'll find out if that healthy level of confidence and enthusiasm is on target in just a few hours after the polls close and the results start to come in. We will be here live until then. Live in Lexington, Miranda Combs, WKYT.
Now, former Lexington Police Chief Anthony Beatty is challenging Mayor Jim Gray.
Yeah, more than 200 volunteers are at more than 60 intersections around town, encouraging drivers to beep for Beatty. WKYT's Jerica Insco is live for us in Lexington, where the Beatty campaign is setting up. Jerica?
Now, they are still setting up here at Beaumont Center Clubhouse, where Anthony Beatty's campaign will be staked out for the night. As you can see, they're putting some tables together, getting out decorations and some food. There will be a lot of people here at the clubhouse tonight. Now, it's the day they've all been anticipating and working for, confident that it'll be a close race against incumbent Mayor Jim Gray. Beatty and his wife voted around 10 a.m. off Georgetown Road, saying it was humbling to see his name on the ballot. Now, Beatty is a former Lexington police chief serving 2001 to 2008, so a big thing he has been pushing in this mayoral race is improving public safety. He says law enforcement and other first responders need the right tools to do their jobs, saying the type of crime we've been seeing lately in Lexington has been troubling. He says building relationships with the people of Lexington is something he would focus on as the mayor. Now, campaign managers here tell me they campaign into the night on the eve of Election Day, and they're doing the same today up until the polls close at 6, so they're still trying to get people to get out and vote. Now, Anthony Beatty just arrived here at the Beaumont Center Clubhouse, and they, like I said before, they are still setting up here, waiting for the polls to close, and they're waiting to count those votes. And like I said before, they're still pushing people to get out and vote. Reporting live in Lexington, Jerica Insco, WKYT.
Jerica, thank you. Stay with WKYT throughout tonight for complete Election Day coverage. Join us for an election special on the CW Lexington. That's from 6:30 to 8 o'clock tonight. We'll have race results, analysis, and live speeches. And we will constantly update results at WKYT.com. Investigators say a man was killed in a fiery overnight crash in central Kentucky. It happened about 2 this morning on Hubble Road, about a mile south of Kentucky 52 in Boyle County. The coroner says it appears a driver of a truck lost control and it crashed into a tree. The truck then caught fire. The victim's body is now being sent to Frankfort for an autopsy.
Fire crews are still trying to figure out the cause of a fire that destroyed a central Kentucky barn overnight. That fire broke out just after 1 this morning on Ecton Road in Clark County. Fire officials say some equipment and tools inside that barn were destroyed. The heat from the fire also damaged a truck inside. Neighbors say they called 911 after seeing the flames from far away.
Made sure that no one got hurt, and most of the structure had already burned before we got here. What was standing was mostly the metal structure. Once it fell in, we started pulling it out of the way.
Firefighters tell us that no one was injured. All right, the time is running out, but if you are still planning to head to those polls, the weather should be a problem for you.
How long did you wait in line today?
Maybe 5 minutes.
So it's pretty fast.
Yeah, totally fast.
About 20, 25 minutes, a little bit longer than normal, but beautiful day. But we have some changes as well coming for tomorrow. And the man to tell you all about that, our chief meteorologist, Chris Bailey. Hey, Chris.
Hey, guys. Yeah, those changes that are ahead of us, and that is no election speech that I am giving. Changes on the way to the Bluegrass State over the next couple of days, courtesy of a couple of cold fronts. Starting to see some clouds that are beginning to filter on in now, and right on cue, those clouds are beginning to thicken up. Currently in Lexington, temperatures are in the low 60s. Winds are gusting up out of the southwest. We've had those occasional gusts better than 25 miles per hour. Humidity levels still fairly low. We'll moisten up things as we get deeper into the evening as those showers on Defender begin to push toward the east. A lot of that stuff here in New far western Kentucky, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, slowly but surely making a beeline toward the Bluegrass State. All of that ahead of a strong cold front that is marching through, though there's a wave of low pressure along that boundary that will especially give us some soaking rains through the day tomorrow across the southern and eastern parts of the area, but a lot of clouds will just hang tough over the next several days. And there's one more front for the work week that blows in by the time we hit Thursday. In the short term, it's all about the heavier rains that are coming in on that gusty wind. A blast of cold shows up behind it, and the potential, guys, for a couple more snowflakes, at least 2 more chances into that 7-day forecast when I come back in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. You may soon see an increase in your utility bill, and it's not just because of the colder temperatures coming, as Chris was telling you there. Kentucky Utilities is planning to ask for an increase in rates. Right now, KU's cost per kilowatt hour is about 8.99 cents. If they're approved to do that, to raise it to 10.50 cents per kilowatt hour, the average bill will cost $11 extra every month. KU says they're building a natural gas unit to meet strict environmental regulations.